Okay, FOMC today. Bitcoin getting a bit of a pump there. Just got a pump all the way to 102.5 to get slammed down to 102.1. And I told you the volatility would be crazy. Be careful on the markets today. Today would not, if I was a beginner, today would not be my day. You know, it's like jumping into whitewater rafting on the toughest day ever and saying, I'm just going to tackle that river, even though I have no idea what I'm doing. So just be really, really careful. We have FOMC today, and it's going to be an up and down, you know, price action. So just watch out. We're going to break down Bitcoin for you. We're going to get that music back up and running. First thing I want to say is thank you, dear Lord, for this beautiful life in which you've given me. Thank you for all the people here on the live stream. Thank you for the likes. Thank you for the awesome support from each and every one of you. First thing we're going to do is put that lemon into the water and decalcify that pineal gland. That's the first order of business. We got to take care of the body. Did you work out today? I did. I could have went a little harder, but I took care of myself. Had some distractions. We had a guy fixing the stove. Took about a few minutes out of my workout, but it is what it is. We got it done. Let's take a big sip of lemon water. Let's decalcify the pineal gland. Let's get ourselves ready for another beautiful day. Let's get focused, maintain, and get ready for an absolutely beautiful 2 hours here on this live stream. Blessings on blessings for everybody here on the live. Let's get that music back up and running. Let's get the music booming, baby, booming. There we go. So shout out to everybody here. Let's take a look at what's happening in Bitcoin land. All right, let me get myself situated here. I do have a three-piece. Oh, man, I went all the way out for you guys today. Ladies and gents, just some days I just go a little harder. That's just me. I have no idea why. Shout out to everybody here on the live. We love you. And love is the strongest frequency. If you live in love, you cannot be denied. Let's stay in gratitude every single moment of the day to live in abundance. And we got to push, though. We got to be pushing ourselves to the limit. So when we take a look here, look, there's just far more liquidity all the way down. Look, 90K, but that means there's more longs than shorts. There's people longing here with a massive stop loss down there at 90,000. And there's a lot of people here that are longing with stop losses at 100K, 98,000 and $96,000. But we have a massive short position and a bunch of stops there at about 103,000. The biggest closest red is 103, suggesting that we may go to the upside. No guarantees. This is BOOKMAP. BOOKMAP is the first thing we kind of look at the beginning of the show. We see where all the stop losses are around the market from Binance Futures, Bybit, and OKX, and an amalgamated data here on the market. All right. This will also show us liquidations, show us what's happening, and give us an up-to-date second price for Bitcoins. You can see the price for Bitcoin on the absolute second with high-end frequency data here. And the faster your computer, the better, man. I got a juicy computer for BOOKMAP. That's why this stream rocks and rolls. We got Marv here booming to the upside. Who's here is old enough to know Marv? Write Marv in the comment section if you know Marv. If you know who Marv is. Or if you, you're an OG if you know who Marv is. Yeah, no chug today. No, that was crazy. That chug day, that was crazy. My wife said she was worried. My wife said, you know, you could get hurt doing that, she said. She's so funny. Solana. Head and shoulder pattern. I'm not saying it's going to dump. I'm more bullish on Solana bouncing on the daily time frame. It's interesting to get mixed signals here, but I'm more bullish on Solana revisiting this key level. Resistance, wick, you know, and getting a bounce here back to the upside for Solana. But I do see that head and shoulder on the 1 hour time frame. If that gets denied, even better. If Bitcoin takes a dump, this will take a dump. The next target for Solana would be 200. Otherwise, you're going to head right back to the top of the pattern here, right? I'm in a Solana at 109. It was beautiful when we were back at 300. But this thing, you know, you got to go through the ebbs and flows, the ups and downs of price action. And that's what happens in macro gems. You get these massive flows, consolidation. Okay. I got 100. What it was, I always say it funny, but you can do 32 gigs of RAM, 64, and 64 times 2 would be what, 100, you'd be at 128, so 128 gigs of RAM. The most RAM you could put inside of a computer. Yeah. And real quick, before we jump into Bitcoin, because I know that's what we're going to do for sure, let's just take a look around the market here, take a sniffle. XCN getting a bounce back to the upside here. Let's take a look at what's happening to XCN. So as you can see, do you see this? I'll be honest. It tells me that I could buy this blind. That's an Adam and Eve double bottom. That suggests you have basically an 80% chance. I see these break out almost even more, but an 80% chance of this booming further to the upside. It did break out of this channel. Then it went sideways. That's an Adam and Eve double bottom. And that would take you to the target of 049 and basically back to that all-time high here on a massive uptrend, as you can see. Clearly respecting the uptrend. It did come back to trend, and if you pull a fib, it's probably a beautiful fib to a 618. Right there, look at that, the 618 golden pocket, even to the 706. Perfect load-up zone for the bounce here for XCN. So I see an Adam and Eve double bottom, and my technical analysis is predicting that XCN with 80% accuracy will pump to the upside here. It's interesting, that kind of foreshadows that maybe Bitcoin will go sideways or get a push to the upside. Only time will tell, but we will see. We will see. Shout out to my holders in the AI agent space. We are still, KOLIN got a bit of a move today. Shout out to my KOLIN people. And, I wanted to talk about Venice AI, all right, which is VVV, right? And I wanted to talk about Vine. Vine is still consolidating tightly. I bought myself a bag. I did. And I want to get out around $1 billion, triple up. But, if Vine does what they, there's speculation it will become the video tab on X. That would be pretty cool to bring Vine back and, but we'll see. Right now, we'll see what happens. A clear resistance right there, too, as well here on Vine on Sol. All right. Jetta, no kind, okay. Did you deep dive Bonify by chance? I did. I really liked it. The price action has been kind of somewhat, back and forth. So I'm in Vine. It's a bit of a stretch, but it's almost a bit of an Adam and Eve there. You see that? But we'll see. It does have an uptrend that it's holding. And, it's got a bit of a narrative here. And if the market dumps, it'll dump. A lot of selling today, too. So a lot of people selling, but a lot of big boys buying. So I see a lot of little people selling and a lot of big people buying. But we'll see. Who knows? Anything is possible here in crypto. All right. Got to figure out, anyway. Always something going on here. So let's take a look at BTC. If you're in my trading group, you already know what's happening. You're privy exactly to what I went over. And we're watching this symmetrical triangle. Bit of a shoulder, a head and a right shoulder, no? And there's a chance that we did bottom already and are on our way further to the upside. 15-minute toying with the 200 MA here, right? And last night I did put out a trade, if you can believe it. I know, right? No. I was just watching, if we go back in time here to last night, what was happening. I saw this tightness. And because we were so far above the 200 MA, I saw this ascending triangle, and it looked like you could get a nice little scalp there. Just wick to wick. To the upside, that looks like you get to about 102,890 for BTC, right? And so it started the pump, and then I looked for the bullish retest there, and I called out a bullish retest to the group. It hung out, and it did bullishly retest that piece and hit the target. Pretty crazy. So that was a trade given last night that did play out. Again, we would come back down to break even after sideways price action. Well, look at that. I mean, that thing would move from 102 to 103,000. A nice $1,000 move there for BTC. Shout out to anyone that took advantage of the trader. I mean, it was a sketchy Tuesday night with FOMC. So if you didn't trade it, I wouldn't, of course, I would expect people to be easy, right? So anyway, but just showing you how patterns do play out above the 200 MA. A flag above the 200 has a higher likely chance of playing out. Right now, we're kind of toying with the 200 MA here too as well for BTC. Bit of a flag on the 1-minute time frame, suggesting that we may get a bit of a push to the upside, somewhat of that cuppy handle action, and we're hanging out. I like how the stochastics are turning. MACD shows a little bit of lack of bearish momentum there. It's not like it's high on the green side coming down at you. RSI is in a decent spot. What I see on the RSI, I see a bit of a shoulder, head, right shoulder, just something to think about. And I kind of see it look shoulder. You see the complex head and shoulder there? Hard to see, but it is in there. All right. I'm not going to trade this mess. I got a long open with liquidations at 92,000, and we'll go from there. And it's been a sketchy long to hold, but hey, nothing ventured, nothing gained. So still not liquidated in that idea. So this flag, because this is what I like. I like when price action gets above the 200 and when moving averages get tight. Usually we get a move to the upside. All right. I'm looking for this to pump. But I wouldn't be surprised if we just go sideways into the Fed meeting here today. All right. One thing I want to discuss is everyone's worried about DeepSync. I see DeepSync as an opportunity. All right. There's a way to program, a way to get things going, and a way to kind of make it work for you. So I wouldn't stress DeepSync. I would only look at it as opportunity. And there looks like there's some tomfoolery going on here too as well. But we'll figure it out. It'll all come to light, and only time will tell. But yeah, I wouldn't stress everybody. Everyone gets so stressed over these narratives. It's better off just to let everyone else stressed out. Stay on your game. Stay on your hustle. Like my hustle, right? Accumulating BTC. Staying focused at all times, no matter what the market gives us. And, buying the red, buying the distress, buying when people are, aren't paying attention, and always accumulating a little bit more BTC for the long term, because you just know that most people aren't going to be paying attention. And once you look back, Bitcoin's going to be up huge, and you're going to wish I had bought that BTC. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, only time will tell. But I personally like to accumulate my Bitcoins. All right. Speaking of which, it might be a nice day to just grab a little bit more of BTC while everyone else is kind of freaking out. And this is what I've been doing on this channel day in and day out here for a long time. Looking like we could get some lower prices though. Like 97K may really pop up there. You can see the liquidity is getting up. So people are getting up for FOMC. People are on one side gaining up for a long. People are on this side gaining up for a short. The shorts are a little closer, a little easier to get. All right. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. There was some shenanigans about the price. Yeah, exactly. I was looking into that. So when we look at the, at the perpetual, I can see, a bit of an inverted head and shoulder. Like when I zoom into the 1 minute here. Let's see. Interesting. Oh, wait, hold up. Okay, yeah, okay. I mean, I like when you're above the 200 MA. It's a very bullish sign for a possible move to the upside, all right? And then when I look at the 15-minute, right, I just see this shoulder, head, right shoulder. We're hugging the 200 MA. And as I told everybody, FOMC or nothing, it does not matter. As long as we stay above the 200 MA here on the 4-hour time frame, I remain bullish, and we bounce beautifully off of that. If we go below this, I'll start looking for bear flags. We'll be able to take it down, and we'll look for the level to go to 90,000. Because look, if we lose this, you can see we bounce to 94 and then right to 90K, back to that previous low. All right. It's funny you said SILVIAI. That was the one thing I was looking at earlier today, was SILVIAI. All right. I'm into these lady AI coins that seem to get everybody's attention here. SILVIAI, tiny market cap though. You can see I already did some TA on it, and I was calling for 130% move out the cup and handle. I nailed it. Look at that. Almost hit my target from the last time I put it out. SILVIAI, right? I mean, this thing is tiny. So high risk, high reward. I've been playing these little coins, I started with AAVE. That was my first one. No one knew what this stuff was. It was November 15th. I started just clipping, fooling around here on, I started fooling around. I'm like, what was I fooling around on? On virtuals. Then I started looking at all these other things, and I started buying some AI agents, right? Started playing around with some AI agents on cookie.fun. And eventually I found AI. I tracked her back, right, to Deck Screener. I watched her. Wow, this is sad though. So let's break down what happened here in virtuals. So virtuals was 3 billion. It ran up to 6 billion, 7 billion, and it got hot at 12 billion. And then it ran all the way up to $17 billion, only to dip back down to about 11, 12 billion, only to get a big run up back to 15, 16, and then to run all the way back down and collapse to $9.8 billion. I mean, collapse, but still, right? And Solana, 5.3. Base coming back. Base was like 2 billion. That's starting to make a bit of a move here. And so there's VV. Eric Vornay's came out with that. And that's got the most mind share at the moment right now. People are using Ask Venice, right? Because people are just going there talking about it. I still like this Sharpay Labs. It's on my radar. Very small market cap. Again, we're going to have to wait for Bitcoin to revisit a move here. Everyone's kind of on thin ice. I think they got a lot of the market still stressed out, wondering if this is the end of the bull run, right? And I still like Buzz when I see what it can do. So I still see coins I like here. I don't know about DCing it today. I mean, little nibbles possibly, but I'd like to see what Bitcoin does first. Mobi AI has been a looker. People have been talking about. And so Cookie.Fun is the place to go. And you can see how I say premium here, because I got premium. So I can see behind the scenes of things that most people can't. Like I can look at a coin and see allocations, and I'll share that with you here. You know, I can see the holder distribution, the whale account accumulation trend, right? Some top holdings balanced by holding time, the retention. 88% have held for a month, 88% have held for a week. Interesting, right? Funny, GOAT went all the way back down. People that bought too much GOAT, they bought GOAT at $500 million. I know a bunch of people publicly, I'm buying more GOAT here. I could screenshot, you know. Anyway, it is what it is. We all don't win. I've lost too, so, but dang, man. To pile people into these assets at these horrible times, like, so. Anyway, one step at a time here for Bitcoin. If anything, it looks bearish, right? Like, as a support and resistance guy, if we did nothing else but support and resistance, we'd say, hey, resistance, that's an M. And you can't get back above 102,850. So if you can't get back above 102,850, we must expect more downside, shall we? I mean, that just is what it is. All right. What time is it now? I don't know. What time is it for you? It's time to get paid, baby. Yeah. It's time to get paid. Funny, even forgot to put on my rollie today, man. It's one of those days, huh? One of those days, huh? Where did she go? Where did I put my rollie over here? Anyway, blessings on blessings to each and every one of you for jumping on in. But yeah, it resembles somewhat of a head and shoulder here. Even this resembles a head and shoulder pattern. Looks shoulder. I've seen them. They don't have to be perfect. They just have to have the triple ideas here. You know what I mean? So here we go. As we head into Fed meeting, and only time will tell. All right. Funny, the time is now everywhere. I gave you SILVIAI last week. Look at SHAKEY AI now. You didn't give me SILVIAI. I had looked at it already, man. You're funny. I love you, though. Appreciate you. Let's take a look at SHAKEY. You are giving me SHAKEY AI. I'll give it to you. I'll give it to you. But look, Sylvia looks nice to me. Looks like she could continue to go to the upside here. You never know. You know what I realize is I bet influencers come to my live stream, but they hide their name. And so I bet I'm talking to some of the influencers here in the world. Like, I wouldn't be surprised, you know. Shitty go to America. Utility stall. You're funny. I gotta walk past the Rolex shop every day. Oh, yeah. Tomorrow is the result of yesterday's actions. Hey, you look as good as you worked out yesterday, right? Same idea. All right. 100%. Let's take a look at I'll look at SHAKEY AI, though. We'll take a look. And then we get into Bitcoin and the long-term analysis here. SHAKEY AI isn't even coming up. Did I do something? Did I misspell? SHAKEY over there. It's probably SHAKEY, right? SHAKEY AI at 2.2 million. She looks creepy. But, I mean, yeah, let's take a look here on the daily. Dumped, came right back up to all-time highs. I don't know, man. It's really small. I'd have to do a little more due diligence. Let's take a look here at the website. SHAKEY OS AI. I am a human, dang it. Hop skippity dang. The world's first mobile AI agent development framework built on ELIZA from AI16. ELIZA. We have built SHAKEY AI for developers to create and customize and deploy AI agents seamlessly for mobile apps. Provides a scalable environment for building intelligent assistance, automation tools, and AI-driven mobile applications. Extends based ELIZA OS framework specifically for mobile applications to make it easier for developers. Work we have done. Interesting. Our goal roadmap. I mean, what have they done? Configured for reactive, native, and Flutter frameworks, which they can use to create an active niche of apps. Okay. Interesting. I mean, it looks interesting. It's got small. We'll see. If Bitcoin can maintain and we don't dump today, there's a chance that could make a bit of a play. Super, super high risk, of course. And very far away from, a 21. You want really a Fibonacci is needed here. And, you may even be going lower or I like these little hooks. It kind of makes, you never know. The key is you just let that sit and you come back to it in a few hours. Whatever it looks like, you assess the situation from there, but I wouldn't be getting it right now. All right. Bitcoin holding 102,000. So we talked about liquidity. We showed you that there's liquidity on either side, which makes sense in a Fed day. There's a lot more red, a little closer at 103, 104,000, looking like we may likely go up to. So like if I had to guess at all the times I've used BOOKMAP in my life, it suggests that we're going to go into this red blob right here. And so if you're shorting, it's telling us that you're likely going to get squeezed. But again, I don't know. I have no idea what's going to happen. That's just a probability. That's just, you've been here. You guys watched it as much as I have. So you should be able to make the same assessment. Yeah, when Sam sees the red above, we usually do get it. Are we going to get it for sure? No guarantees. There's no, you know what I mean? We don't know for sure. All right. It just happens, man. Everyone wants that 1 month, 60%. Hey, that's not exactly 100%. Think about it. I got into Bitcoin in front of each and every one of you. We started buying at 15,000, 16,000, 20K. We've now 5x'd our money, right? We definitely bought the bottom for BTC. We bought the bottom of a lot of coins on the low and nobody was paying attention. And now we sit and wait still for the bigger move. That keeps getting promised, keeps getting told, but we just got to wait for the charts to convey what's likely going to happen. That makes me want to jump on in here and see how XCN's already up. And I told you, look, it's already up 10% from when I talked about it. Already up 10%. This channel already would have rendered 10%. And why? It's not, no, because I said that's an Adam and Eve. That has a 90% chance now of continuing to the upside here and going to the targeted 4875. People want this coin. It's attached to something bigger than you realize. It's on the way. Anyway, shout out to anyone that may or may not have already snatched themselves 5 to 10, 7, 8% here on the move. And again, I'm not a financial advisor. Nothing I say and do should be taken as financial advice, but this is an interesting channel. You're going to find ideas that play out, setups that occur. Heck, you might even see a live trade right in front of you. You never know. So stay strong mentally here in these times. There's a lot of people that are falling off. I talked to my trading group today. A lot of people falling off. A lot of people mentally unstable. A lot of people, selling off their coins, saying, I can't take it anymore. I don't want to be in crypto. It's hard. People are going through a lot. But this is where the going gets tough, and this is where the tough get going. This is what separates the women from the girls. You thought, hey, see what I say? No, but this is what separates the men from the boys, the women from the girls, the people that want it more, and the people that are just here for a quick ride. That's what I love about cryptocurrency. Everyone thinks they come in just to make a quick buck. And all those quick buck people that enter all those other industries that think they're going to make a quick buck, some of them fine. There's some scammers and rug pullers. I get it. But they don't last. They're not sustainable. Their energy and their frequency is very flutters away because they didn't build it on a strong foundation, But the people that make it in crypto have usually been through so much. By the time they make it, they're just, they've got it. They've got that, whatever it is, that it factor to make it. That survival push. Because they've been tested. Crypto will test you. If you don't want to be tested to make your money, then go somewhere else because crypto is going to test you. Who here has been tested by crypto? Right, I've been tested right now in the comment. Who here has been tested by crypto? Has crypto changed your life? Has crypto pushed you? Has crypto made you something different? Have you gone through so much things have happened to you because of crypto put? I've been tested. I want to see how many people say I've been tested. All right, I have been tested. And you know it in your heart. Be like, I've been tested, man. So it's going to push you to the limit. It's not going to be easy. You're going to fight every single day for what you have. And that's life in general. Crypto exemplifies that, just really puts it out there and makes it really obvious, okay, that you're going to have to work for it. It's not going to be easy. Narratives are changing. Attention spans are moving. To stay afloat, to stay on top, we have to be here every day. We have to keep pushing. Look at this beautiful Adam and Eve double bottom. That's likely going to keep pushing. 15-minute may make a bit of a flag here before it continues to rip. But, I mean, what a nice move there for XCN since that bounce. Someone says, can we check Sentio protocol? And I still hold my Sentio. You know, they came out with Census, which was hot. And they seem to be building. I get a lot of talk about it. Heron Mex, they're basically back at launch. But that makes sense. Not a lot of catalysts right now. And with that deep seek, kind of everything got a little bit of a shakeout, right? Does that mean it's all over? It could be. I put a very small amount into this coin, about 1,200, what I was willing to lose. So we'll see what happens to it. It is at a very low, kind of a shoulder, head right shoulder. Mixed signals. Let's take a look at it on deck screener, give you a little bit of an idea, right? Funny, if SHAKEY bounces there, it could make a beautiful shoulder, head right shoulder. And if it does that, that would be, you know, it's not about getting the lowest price for me. It's about getting the lowest risk price, if that makes any sense, you know, because yeah, I may be able to make more, but the risk is higher. I'd rather get in where the risk is the least and make what I can make. All right. I just got fired from my job. Hey, you know, that's happened to me 3 times in my life. I walked in that day, did not know I was going to be leaving. It happens, man. I've been there. So if I've been there and look where I'm at, you're probably in the best place possible. Just got fired from my job. I've been studying you the last 3 years, and it's time to spread my wings and fly. My boss fired me before I could fire him. Hey, it happens, man. They got me most of the time. I remember going to my dad. My dad said, next time you leave when you want. Like, you know. He didn't realize the world. Me and my dad were in 2 different worlds. I was in like the corporate television office world. My dad was an iron worker. And he'd give me like solutions. And I'd be like, but dad, like I can't go into the foreman's office and slam my hammer down, you know. It's funny, you know, like he gave me advice, but sometimes like, you know, I had to go it on my own. I didn't have someone that knew. When my mom wasn't in that industry. My mom was a school teacher. So I moved to New York and I got into the TV industry, and I went alone. I did it alone, man. We made it through. You make it through. You all do the same. I mean, we push through, each and every one of us. It's not easy. Yeah, so I just see this sitting. I mean, it's attempting to make the Adam and Eve, and it's attempting the bottom on that 786. If it does bottom, that is this 786. That's where people eventually get exhausted. That's where sellers are done. All right. Thank God we got Sam. Shout out to Michael Prime. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. Appreciate each and every one of you for being here and sharing your most precious asset with me, and that is your time. So fear not, stress not, want not, desire not. Always know that you're the opportunity and that life will come to you. Trades are going to come to you. It may not be today. It may not be tomorrow. All right. But trades are going to come to you. All right. Check Ada, please. My father gave me no advice because he cheated. See, I'm so sorry, Jennifer. But you know what? You seem like a stronger person than most. You know, some people they're afraid to comment on a YouTube channel. You have no fear. You comment all the time. So whatever happened, you push through. And I think every day you exemplify what it means to push through, right? You've been through a lot. You've told us a lot about your ups and downs, but you know, you show up every day. And a lot of people can't do that, Jennifer. So you should pat yourself on the back and say, God bless. And you support me. Your view right now is helping my life. So you care about other people other than yourself. I think you're a pretty stand-up person, to be honest. I've also given you some flack a couple times, and you know what I mean? And you've been tough about it. So I love you. May God bless you, and may you keep coming back to the show, and thank you for being here. And I hope that makes your day, and I don't know. I think you're more amazing than you give yourself credit for. Amen. All right. So we got SILVIAI, we got SHAKEY, analysis on near, all-time low, all-time high, near, LOKA. I'm confused with what that means, but shout out to Carmen. Let's take a look at near protocol for Carmen. Master Kings, you recommend prop firms or trading on your own? I've never used a prop firm. You know, if I did, I did make a bunch of money because they'd give me commissions, and you guys would go in and out, and you'd fail and fail and fail and keep trying, and only a few of you would make money, and I would make tons of money. I mean, it would probably be the best thing I ever did. Maybe I'll do it one day. You know what I mean? Hey. But right now, I don't have a prop firm I'm working for. I haven't done it. I wouldn't mind using their money instead of mine. You know what's funny is if I joined a prop firm, this is what would happen. They'd see my community. They'd love me. They'd say, wow, look at all the views you get. Look at you. Let's do some deals. They'd probably give me an exclusive account, right? I'd be able to trade it with no worries, and, you know, I'd make tons. I mean, Anyway, you know, I don't know. I'll think about it one day, possibly, when I want to buy a bigger home. But yeah, I don't use proper. I just, you know, I consider myself very, very lucky, or just an opportunist that pushed through, and, you know, opportunity was there for me. But I was lucky too, because there was times where I wasn't sure exactly what was going to happen, and it happened. Like I turned 2,500 to 10 to 50, found out what Bitcoin was, and just kind of kept trading myself into more money. I literally turned $2,500 into what I have now. Like a self-made multimillionaire with $2,500, like slowly but surely. And again, there was other investments along the way. Like it wasn't the same 2,500. Let's be honest. Like I did, you know, I kept DCAing into Bitcoin no matter what. I had a job. I worked hard. One thing I tell everybody is I had a job. I worked. I always had a job. Even when I was unemployed, I started a company on the side and started, you know, and I met celebrities and started doing things. I always created opportunity for myself. Even when I was depressed and down, even when I felt like my energy was low, I got myself up and I looked for some way, shape, or form. When I was working a night shift, I also sold drones on the weekends. Literally, I worked a night shift from 7 to 2, 3 in the morning from Monday through Friday. And then on the weekends from like literally, I had to get up at 7 a.m., get the toys ready. I sold drones at a street fair. We got to get a picture of it one day. There's a video of me actually doing it live on the somewhere out here. And yeah, so man, I was always hustling. And if that doesn't inspire you to always stay hustling, I don't know what doesn't, you know. So, and you know, while I was hustling the drones, a guy walked out on the street and he told me that he helped code Ethereum, and he showed me crypto at $9. He showed me Ethereum. So because I was out there with a side business, someone dropped me another. So I always firmly believe, because I decided to do the drones on the weekend, I got into cryptocurrency. You see what I'm saying? I was already YouTubing. And just boom, next thing you know, and I put it together and I said, man, and I was already studying finance. I got lucky. I was getting emails from a company that was teaching me about inflation, and they were telling me the Chinese were buying Bitcoin at $350. I was getting emails about Bitcoin. All because I just decided to invest in gold and silver. See, I was a gold and silver bug. And because I was a gold and silver bug, I was around a lot of people that talked about inflation. I was around people that looked at digital assets and, you know, or new age assets. And somehow, because I was trading gold and silver all the time, I kind of got roped into the idea of inflation. And once I met this guy in the street, he showed me CoinMarketCap. I started trading altcoins on Bittrex, and the rest is history. It really crazy for me. And then I understood Bitcoin. I really researched it, and I figured out what it did, and I figured out the hash rate, and it made sense to me. And from there, I began to grow and push myself to learn more and more. And now here we are today, each and every one of us. So like, I was just like each and every one of you. There's no difference. I just believed in myself, kept pushing. And again, at any day I could get depressed and it could all collapse. I must keep my mental stability. I must keep my framework. I must work out. I must stay structured. It's, you know, the higher you get, the even more you could fall. Think about it. Before I was only making, you know, I had no savings. I was in a one-bedroom apartment. You know, now I have a life. I have a substantial life. I have a lot to look forward to. I have a lot of people that look up to me, right? I got staff. I got people. You know, we work. And so it's not like it used to be, right? There's even more to live up to every day. And that's what happens if you want to be successful. It does get more intense because the life you create is different. Like when I wake up in the morning now, the life I have is way more intense than the life I had 10 years ago. Think about it. Nobody knew me. 10 years ago, I could have laid in bed and just called out to work. I can't call out to work anymore. You people are waiting. There's thousands of people waiting for me every single day at 10 a.m. I got to show up with my best foot forward, and I created it. So if I created it, I got to keep pushing it, right? Anyway, I'm just, you know, I want to let you in on kind of the insights to life here. Some cool ideas and thoughts that no one really thinks about and they don't share on YouTube, you know? And you're only as good as your last day. Like, I make 5 bad calls and everyone thinks I'm the worst, man. New people come into my channel and think I'm horrible. They forget all the calls I've made. Nobody remembers all the times I've called Bitcoin, all the pumps up. You know, when Bitcoin was at 102, didn't even go to an all-time high. I called the 106 pump. 100, you know, all the times that we bounced on the 1 minute, all the days that people came here and we dumped and I was able to call the reversals. If I'm wrong for a couple days, I get crucified. I'm the worst dude in the world. I'm a loser. You know what I mean? It's weird. So like, it's hard to be in the public eye, especially as a trader / you know, guru, trading guru, influencer. Not easy. Don't get me wrong. I love it. I'm not complaining. I would never complain to you guys. I'm so grateful. But I just wanted to share some insight and let you know, you know, and think about it. Every time I share something, there's a probability on my head. There's someone that maybe will lose a trade or win a trade or take, you know, learn the education. or not learn the education. And so every move I make affects somebody. Every time I write something in the trading group, I affect somebody. One time, I didn't realize, it was 2 years ago, I didn't realize my influence. I didn't. And I wrote something to somebody, you know, just like I would say to my buddy, a little like tough love, I thought. And like, that person wrote me back and said they cried for a week over what I said. And I realized that I had to be so careful how I spoke to everybody because of like what, you know, the influence God has given me for whatever reason. And I'm not being pompous about it. I'm just admitting the facts here. Anyway, let's get back into brass tacks and talk about the charts. Analysis on near protocol. So we're sitting sideways. I say we go sideways until Fed meeting. I will be back around 2 to go over the Fed meeting and we'll break it down, right? I'm not going anywhere. I'm just stating that, you know, I actually have a bunch of cool stuff to show you today that I planned for the show that's quite interesting, to be honest. One thing is the Tangem wallet, which I find one of the coolest wallets in the game. Now, what I don't like about here is it definitely, to me, is losing the trend line. Like, whenever I have to make the trend line that wide, it's a bit sketch. But like I call them legacy coin. Every coin from last cycle, every single one of them, either they're dead or they're done, or they're going to bounce here. Like, they have to bounce. It's like, if we don't bounce, then what? Then near's done. Like, near's going to go to this and then maybe to a new low down there. Anything is possible for near protocol. I'm in near right now. I'd like to get out around 20 back to that all-time high. The extended move takes us to 15. And so, like, every coin's like this, just sitting and waiting. Do we dump even more? You'd say, how? Like, who's going to sell off? Like, who is left to sell here? Who hasn't been liquidated? Who hasn't been flushed? Like, who is left? Nobody left. It doesn't make any sense. But again, it is what it is. All right? But there you got a low, you got a high, you got a higher low, and you're sitting on you're sitting on the 886, right? I mean, you're right there. 886 Fibonacci, about to bump to the 786. Either you do or you don't now with near protocol. Like, this is crazy. And it's funny, when near came up, it came down. I started buying. I said, buy the dip. I'm buying near, and here it goes up, and then, man. We got above the daily 200 MAs, and that's usually when things really start to take off, like right there. And then we got this double top and came down. Unlikely. See, usually when you get above the daily 200 MA, you're gone. Right there we were gone. Right there we were gone. This is one of the first times they faked out alt season completely when the daily broke above the 200. Very rare. I did what I always do. This time, it was a bit of a delay in the effects of that. So right here, we're at a standstill point. Like, you must bounce. It's crazy, right? Bearish FOMC. I think they're gonna lean into him, and he's gonna lean into a rate cut a bit today. This is my assumption here. Think about it. Let's talk about it for a split second. Let's logically talk about it, because people don't logically talk about this. You got Fed Day. You got Jerome Powell. All right, he's this guy. He's a box guy. All right. Hi, I'm Jerm. All right, I'm Jer Powell. No offense to him. I don't draw that well, so that's Jer Powell. All right. Bushy eyebrows. Kind of looks like him a little bit, right? No, so anyway, always has a crooked tie. That kind of does look like Jerome Powell. Like, let's be honest. Like, anyway. No pants, right? So the idea behind it is he's thinking, and he's like, okay, I said when the economy does well, I'm able to cut the rates, right? And if I can keep cutting the rate, right, it'll help the economy. Now, if the economy keeps doing good, I don't have to cut the rates anymore, right? Because we're good enough. But if I don't cut the rates enough, and I foresee the economy and it starts to turn down again, then I can't save it with a rate cut because it's too late. So his idea is he has to be preemptive about it, but somehow with the data that he doesn't have, and say I think and I believe all half the time. So he doesn't really know. He could just admit he doesn't know. He has a few things. It's not that he doesn't know. He has a few things he can do. Like, he can add a little more water on either side of the fire. You know what I mean? But that's about it. At the end of the day, so here, my thought is this. He said he's not going to cut rates today. That says the economy's good. If the economy is good, then inflation is going to be okay, right? It's going to go down. But that's not going to happen. Inflation is going to continue to increase. Why? Because they printed too much money, period. Now, yes, we're going to have Doge and efficiency, but when you print that much money, it takes a few years, man. It's like, you know. So, in my humble opinion, they're going to have to print money. They're going to have to cut the rates. And the reason is because everyone's going to say, well, if the economy was so good, then why can't you? And if he plays that game and says, yeah, I don't need to cut the rates, and it goes down on him, and he can't cut the rates in time, he's going to get absolutely. Now, both of these things are going to happen to him over time. He's never going to get to 2%. And I've told you this over and over again. I said I was going to run for president in 2032 on the fact that Jerome Powell will never get to 2%. Now, I think the stakes there will be different, and what we talk about will have changed. But people will remember me being on YouTube in front of thousands of people saying this over and over again, right? And this is the key. And so not only am I a technical analyst, but I'm also a philosophical thinker here. And, you know, I don't listen to what everyone else is saying. I have my own thoughts and processes. This tells me that he's going to have to be dovish during the speech and lead into the fact that he will cut rates, which could create a bit of a frenzy in the risk on assets. All right. Now, if that's the case, the charts don't lie. So the chart should start to show some type of reversal in the NASDAQ and the S&P future, right? And also, look, there's a low, there's a high, there's a higher low stochastic. We get this bounce. All right, we could still get tight and end up dumping. I take it one step at a time, but this would be nice. And that would be about a week. That would take 5 or 6 days, and the altcoins would get a nice bump back to the upside. Everyone would say, you were scared. No, you were scared. No, you were scared. No, you were scared. It would be like, but we made it through, right? No matter what. So I like what we're, so far that's a higher low on the daily. We'll take it. We'll take it. You close a candle below $930 billion, we're in trouble. And you can see we're flirting with the trillion. We've just lost $1 trillion. We're back to 98 billion. And it's funny, altcoins are $1 trillion market cap. Unbelievable. When I got in the market, everything including Bitcoin was $300 billion. It was late 2016. When I got into this market, everybody, we used to talk and joke about one day it'll be $1 trillion market cap. We used to joke so much about it. Not even joke, we would just dream, really. It was just a dream for us. Like, I got in here. It was really just a nothing burger market. A couple $1 billion market, right? I start playing around, it's like right here, 12 billion, 13 billion. November, and right here is when I start touching altcoins. I'm opening up my account. I start trading. Then I found out about altcoins a little bit. Then I understand Bitcoin. I start looking at Bitcoin, and we're just like, oh, one day, And we got to 800 billion. Everyone said we hit a trill, barely though. And then we came all the way back down. Look, the market cap went to 300 billion again. Now the entire market cap of just the altcoins exceeds this level. I'm in shock. Things are going exactly as I planned, and I'm getting older, and time is passing. Everybody, you will be older than you think, faster than you think. I used to talk about this a lot more on the channel. Your life will pass you by, I'm telling you, a lot faster than I'm sorry to say. I was 20 years old just the other day. I just looked at my wife. I just had my first kid. I now have 3 kids, and my kids keep growing so fast. My middle girl is about to turn 4 years old. Every day, she's like a couple inches taller than she was the day before. My 10-year-old is huge, man. I'm like, how did you get to 10 years old? I picked up my kids, and you hold them, then they get too big. One day, they're just too big to hold in your arms. Like, they're 5, and you have to look at them. You're like, Daddy can't hold you like that anymore. They grow out of your arms, literally. It's happened now. It's happening to one of my kids right now. Anyway, this bull run will come and go before you know it, and the time will pass. So focus on the present moment every single day. Take a deep breath. Do not let your fears, your emotions take away from where you are right now. I always tell everyone life is like building a house, or it's like a competition. I like looking at this. Say life is just like this, and anything you do in life, and just simplify it. But if you ever need to simplify it, I have one for you. So I say there's 4 people in a competition, and I look at life like just a simplified 4-person competition. And you're not competing. Just listen to me. And they give you each the same pile of stones. And they give you like a plan, and you each are supposed to put together a beautiful cabin made out of stone, right? And, you know, if you focus and put stone by stone and really work and stay focused, you'll get it done probably quicker than everyone else. But if you sit and worry about all the things you didn't do in the past and think, I'm probably not going to be good at this, I probably don't think I'm going to get it done, you're going to start ending time and negative energy, right? And so the point is, the person that stays in the present will build this the fastest. The person that worries about the past won't do that well, and the person that worries about the future will also stress, because they'll be so stressed that they're not going to, you know what I mean? They're like, what's going to happen? What if I drop a stone on my foot? What if I don't get it? What if I can't do? What if I get too tired? All those things drain them. So who wins this? The person that stays the most focused in the present moment in time. My YouTube channel is very similar to building the stone house. I could think about how to build a giant home in one moment, but that doesn't happen. A YouTube channel isn't built in one moment. A YouTube channel is built in days and days and days and days of grinding. That's why most people don't have YouTube channels, because it takes days and days and days. It takes years. I've been doing this now for 5 years. 5 years about when we come on September. So 4.5, right? September of 2019. And if that can't blow your mind, how fast someone can change their life. 4 years. And again, it was the culmination of years. I was in TV for a long time. I had another YouTube channel. I've been trading for a long time before that. It all came to God wanted me to be a trading YouTuber. It all kind of happened. You know, I chose a destiny and it worked out. How the heck did it happen though, right? And each and every one of you played a role. Everybody here plays a role. Everyone that came to the stream plays a role. We all play a role in each other's success. Don't you understand? When I go to a comedian show and pay for his ticket, we're part of his success. When you go watch, you know, a quarterback win a touchdown, you're part of his success. When you put your money and your energy towards watching someone else be great, you're part of their success as well. All right. Okay, so we looked at SILVIAI, we looked at NEAR. Do you recommend prop firms? We talked about that. Can you share your thoughts on NPPTF? NPPTF. Let's take a look here what that is. And so here's the total three market cap of all the altcoins, excluding Bitcoin and Ethereum. See this? Excluding Bitcoin and Ethereum. This is the one right here. All right. And, you know, we desperately got to get that bounce, baby, bounce. Lack of bearish momentum, getting tight. Altcoins look good. Could just be a final little shakeout here before we get our massive move to the upside. I know everyone said that to me, and it kind of pisses me off. I'm like, last final shakeout. I don't really say that. It could be. I'm willing to take any hit they give us. I got what I'm willing to lose. We'll see what happens. NPPTF. I don't know if that is that. I don't know what that is. NPPTF. And I don't know why I got the Lonesome Joe music on right now. I don't know what this is. NPPTF. Non-playable player. Non-playable Pepe. That's pretty funny. I like that. Magic internet pill. That's funny. Anyway. Someone wants to take a look at Trump coin. Let's take a look at Trump coin. And Bitcoin just staying flat. I told my students and everyone it's likely going to go sideways. Last night at 102, you know, up to 103. Came back down. We did call that little flag, but nothing to write home about. And let's take a look at Trump coin on Messi. Is this coin dead? I'd be careful trading it. If you didn't put what you're willing to lose, I'd be sketched out. And again, no shade on President Trump. Like it just, once you release a coin into the wild, right? It's part of the market now. Now it's doing that slanted Adam and Eve that I keep backtesting. These almost always eventually break out. I'd like to just leave this here for a few weeks and see, will it eventually make a move back to 46? Only time will tell here for Trump coin. My instincts tell me if the market comes back, Trump coin's got to come back. Like if he's the guy that got the market ripping, but you never know. Nothing's guaranteed. You know, and right now, everything's kind of sketchy waiting on FOMC. So that's why it's like, but look at that. I mean, shoulder, head, right shoulder. I own a bag, so you know, I don't know what's going to happen, but I'm speculating with no TA really. I mean, the TA looks okay. There's a low. There's a higher low right there. But I'm just speculating on the idea that this market won't die on us, and there'll be some bigger gains to come eventually. I think so. One time. Yeah. Sometimes when you're in a dark place, you're not being buried. You're being planted. I love your energy, 100%. I like what you just said. Not sometimes, every time. Can you please do TA on maybe? Thank you. Maybe. Maybe I will. Come on, it was too easy, right? So, wow. Interesting. I said flag it out. It may just tank, and it did. Look at that. It's funny, right? You can see kind of my thought process. I probably was like, well, make a flag. If it continues with the flag, take it. If not, it could leave the flag. If it leaves the flag, it may dump all the way back down to here. I can see myself saying that. I'd stay away from this thing. It looks like a freaking, it looks, I don't know, it looks bad. It's trying to double bottom, I guess. If you really like the idea, I'm all set though. Yeah. And again, I'm not a financial advisor. Maybe it's a great coin. Who knows? I'm not a fan though. James McQuinn, he says, hey, I'm a lifer. Been playing your OM call. Curious if you could take a look at the 4-hour descending triangle, 4-hour 20-minute cut up to price. Thoughts? Let's take a look. Bitcoin holding 102,000. And we always got kind of Bitcoin on lock for you. And I got this kind of cooking for you at all times. On the upper right hand, I got 6 monitors, so I'm cooking for you. This really is the setup right here. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 monitors. I'm like this at all times. But we got you, baby. We got you. And that's why I have the 6 monitors, so I can keep the chat on one monitor, bookmap on another. I can monitor the data set coming in through the stream, making sure that we're getting the right, megabits per second, kilobits per second, all that fun stuff. Knock on wood. Shout out to everybody here. Shout out to Comcast. Shout out to everyone that helps this show come to fruition. Google, YouTube. I'm so grateful for every single thing that makes this show happen. My beautiful crew, everybody in my company, my wife, all of you awesome people. I'm just very grateful. Shout out to all the likes, everyone that hit the like button. I didn't even look, but I know there's so many people hitting that like button. And you know what? I see 600 beautiful people. Thank you, dear Lord, for the 600 beautiful souls you did send. Hit that beautiful like button. They're awesome, awesome people. Anyway, so Bitcoin tight. I still see an inverted head and shoulder. I see not much budging here till we get further on. Let's take a look at the OM idea here. Mantra DAO. One of the only things that moved that day. All right. So it pumped, right? Beautifully, like it's supposed to. And now it's flagging out. So let's take a look at it. I like what you said there. Right? Yeah, kind of a descending, but it does have an uplifting bottom part. So it's more of a symmetrical triangle. And it has a very bullish move coming possibly, right? look at the curve there. I would have to suggest it's going to continue after a pump like that and going sideways. Again, we'll see what Bitcoin does. But OM is the hot one right now. And I think people are getting it, staking it, getting in, staking it, and no one's selling it off. So it's creating this frenzy. I like the stochastics. I like the sideways price action. It does resemble somewhat of a descender triangle, but you have a slight uptrend there. A very slight uptrend. Let's take a look at your 1 hour time frame. And even on your 1 hour, you could swing like this, see? And now you kind of have this going. And then you can see the same shape that Bitcoin's in. See the shoulder, head, right shoulder. So he comes out and basically gets put in a hard place. Because think about it. If he comes out bearish, they're going to say, but then why were you cutting the rates then? You're not making any sense. So you get it? Like he's kind of stuck. The guy puts himself in a hard spot. He doesn't think through what he says when he says it the month before. And then you kind of know what he has to say the next month. Because otherwise, he devalues what he said the month before. Do you understand what I'm saying? Am I the only one that picks up on this? And it's kind of a mind twist, but you gotta bear with me there. All right. And shout out to Quatir. Quatir asked about Cardano. Q-Tier. God bless you, Quatir. He asked about ADA. I hope I'm saying your name right. Q-Tier. Quatir, right? Yeah. And let's take a look at my baby Cardano. This also, as you can see, it's kind of hidden, but it's attempting to do that Adam and Eve inside, though. It's just like a hidden one. Very interesting. I keep playing with that Adam and Eve, and it reveals itself in many different ways now, ways I never even thought possible. It's kind of like, when you think of it, you buy a red car, and then everywhere you see it, or you buy a certain car, and then you see the car after you buy it. But before you didn't buy it, you never saw the car. When your mind is poised to see the patterns, you'll see them. Understand? And you'll see them way more than everybody else because that's what you're looking for. So when you have a pattern, basically you're basically setting up to win. When your mind is set to find patterns, you'll find them. Understand? So you set yourself to believe that you can find the pattern no matter what, and you will. Understand that possible. So, I'm not a fan of what I'm seeing here. It looks a little sloppy, but again, it all pertains to what happens to these altcoins. You saw, this is basically one of the bigger coins, and we showed you Total 3. So Total 3 and Cardano go hand in hand. Honestly, it looks a bit sketchy, like double top right there, bouncing off of 90. I have this kind of floating because that's kind of where price action may revisit somewhere to the 200 MA there. You're in need of a desperate bounce. And then we can if you get the bounce, consolidate, yeah, $2 Cardano is coming, but man, we might dip first and then break on out. I believe we're going to get to $2 Cardano over time in 2025, but there could be a nasty black swan event beforehand. I'll be honest, I'm getting mixed signals. Normally I can say, oh, that looks great, we're going to bounce. I'm getting mixed signals. Nothing looks perfect to me. We're in the middle on a lot of coins. The high for Cardano is what? 133.333. Your idea is you're going to break out of this falling wedge. Trust me, I was watching one analyst. He said, just like for a quick second on X, and he's like, man, there's never been a time where more analysts have been more like kind of off and confused about the market. A lot of people, even long-term analysts, are saying, hey, this could be the end of the you know what I mean? So again, I showed you the uptrend on Bitcoin. Until we lose a serious uptrend, I just can't see that. Right? Love your energy. Keep it going, Sam. Can you take a look at XPR or network token? We will. That tends to pump with XRP. So they want Leia AI, they want Secret from Kai, and they want Yehuda L. He would like XPR. So let's take a look at Leia AI. Cardano needs a desperate bounce. As long as it stays above the 200 MA, I'm bullish on the 12-hour time frame. And I'm not selling my Cardano. So let's see what happens. I got it into 2 cents. I'm still holding a 40X, if you can believe that insanity. Absolute insanity, right? And let's take a look at my baby Leia. I hold Leia. It's in my portfolio. And she looked like she was bouncing compared to the rest of the market. Then when Bitcoin goes flat, then she starts to dump. It doesn't make any sense. The whole market goes on a tear. Everything dumps. Leia doesn't. Leia actually gets strong, and then she dumps. A lot of competition for Leia. But man, her live streams are kick butt. She's awesome, right? So I'll hold her. I'll see what happens. But again, these things can go to zero. They're highly speculative. You can't act like you're buying something real. It's real for a day. It's real for a moment. It's not real for a cycle, in my humble opinion. And maybe I'm wrong and this thing outlasts the test of time, but hit that 786. Let's get the bounce. Golden pocket. Let's be on our way back to good, the good pump here. Since that very beginning, it's been looking good though, and but wow, she's almost back to 10 million when it all first started. Leia AI. I did sell her and can buy back with a little less, so I did take some profits on Leia. Okay, research on Rift came out just 2 hours ago and went to a $300 million market cap. That's crazy, right? Rift AI. So comes out and rips entirely, right? I look for consolidation. That's what I really do. I would draw this and see how it goes. Maybe it dumps. It looks a little dumpy, but if it can bounce and you see that it's looking like it's going more sideways than down, Wow, imagine being able to jump in right then, just a few minutes ago, at 10 o'clock, and being able to, so at 10 o'clock, that thing was on. 3x in literally like an hour. Unbelievable, right? Yeah, look for the consolidation. When something's this hot, you have to assume it's going to continue to be hot. Like, what made it get that hot? It's not, it still seems to be there. So it looks like it could just continue to rip. No guarantees at all. All right. But we'll see. What is that right there? Take that out of there. Always something going on over here. Oh, yeah, that's why I think I have a chair over there. And the chair is showing up. Huh. Supercharge your agent. Active models to give your agent superpowers. Check it. Airdrop. Dex tools. Hyper token ID 172. So Hyperliquid token ID. Well, interesting. Create a fairway. I always do that at another. Always be careful when you check airdrops live. Anyway, I'll see you later. Rift. Look for it to consolidate. If it does, I could see it going to 48 cents. That's just where the measured move will take it. How popping off is the Twitter. What are people saying about it? Did AVAX PT see it? Eligible for the airdrop. Check your allocation here. Maybe I applied for Jupiter strict list. Or mine. I mean, I might have Rift. How, what did you have to do to be available for the airdrop? Our mint address, Jupiter Exchange. I mean, I use Jupiter a lot, so. Rift tokenomics. The wait is over. Rift launches tomorrow. So they were telling you. Lightspeed Sequoia. Interesting. Supercharger Swarm. It can't read factually without you got to deep dive it more. Thank you though. Rift is coming out there. Interesting. And it looks like this may have more legs, man. What's hot usually stays hot. And people are like, what happened to that? And then it's on everybody's radar. Now everyone's scanning and seeing the volume on this. And they're saying, look at all the volume. My goodness. And so people who are going to ape are saying, hey, the odds of me getting rugged are low here. So if they've been rugged all day, they may ape into this. I wouldn't be surprised if this thing pumps another 100%. I really wouldn't. But again, be careful. And I'm not a financial advisor. And just be very careful. But the consolidation is real. That's a higher low. It's starting to look tight. After a massive pump, it should have given back more. When it doesn't do that, you have to start thinking people keep buying underneath, creating that frenzy. Let's take a look at the secret network, SCRT. Bitcoin look like it's going to fall out of this channel. Not looking amazing. And again, when we're bullish, I'm like, we're bullish. I want to make something clear. When I'm bullish, I call the bullish scenario and I'm like, we're bullish. That looks highly likely. I'm all, When I'm bearish, I'm like, that's super bearish. And when I'm like, I don't know, that's indecisive, I'm indecisive. Right now, I'm indecisive. I can't call bull like I usually do because I'm not getting the exact same edge. Like, my system will identify when there's such a high likelihood of me winning, and it will identify when there's a low likelihood of me winning. Right now, it's telling me that it can't give me either. It can't tell me how much I'm going, the likelihood of me. So it tells me that if I do take the trade, I'm going to kind of be trading a little blind compared to how I normally do, which tells me to wait it out and wait for the trade to present itself to me. Wait for something better to show itself and not to overtrade. 2025 is the year of selective trading, really taking the time to wait out for the perfect moment. Secret Network is at the 786. Again, every legacy coin from the last cycle is in a giant cup and handle back down here. Either they get saved or they don't. We get the pump, Bitcoin rips, this will rip. We black swan, this will go sideways, and I believe the market will rip, but what the charts convey really matters. What I believe does not matter. And it will not change the way the market moves, right? XPR network, wow, that thing was out of control, right? Sitting there at about 0.001. It did a 5x, almost more, 6x, almost a 7x. Now it's kind of consolidating here. What now? You say, what now? Well, the 3 days out of control. The daily's away from the 21-day moving average. You're a bit overbought. In my mind, it would have to come back to the daily on that 21. attempting to do an Adam and Eve double bottom, as you can see there, attempting to react with the 200 MA on the 4-hour time frame. I don't know, it looks like a shoulder, head and shoulder. That also resembles a diamond, which is a reversal pattern, right? I don't know, it doesn't, could go either way, but right now I wouldn't touch it. And to me, I would be back on that daily, maybe even the 22-hour, and I'd be looking for it to come back down to the Fibonacci and the 21-day moving average. So like, this would make more sense to me somewhere between that 374 cent region, or 0.4 of a cent region, sorry. 0.0037004 for XPR. So yeah, I see a pullback personally, back into this nice little sweet spot in the Fibonacci. Okay, thank you for Rift, man. God bless you. Appreciate that. And Bitcoin struggling 101,700 for BTC. It looks like it's about to fall and dump. And it looks like it's about to dump out of the low, up of that chart, or it's at least going to wick to the bottom of it again. Aloha from Hawaii. Thoughts on TARS? Mahalo. TARS actually lost that low level, right? Let's take a look at AVAX and TARS. Shout out to Kenneth Thompson with AVAX. Shout out to Flash. All right. And let's just make sure we got through everything here. SILVIAI from Ivan Roque, and Wayne Moore both gave us the same one. We got it, and we looked at Shakey. We doubled up on that. We looked at Near from Carmen. God bless you, Carmen. Thank you. Master Kings, you recommend prop firms? No, we talked about that. Can you share your thoughts on NPPTF, crypto proxy and holder of SpaceX? I guess it's on another. So that's on. So that's got to be Neptune Digital, right? Yeah, so you're asking, this thing's out of control. Like, why is it ripping today? And in the stock, look what it did. It did the Adam and Eve double bottom. You see how it was a slanted Adam and Eve? I'm telling you right now I've identified this. Whenever I see the slanted Adam and Eve, I don't care if it's slanted up. Sometimes it's like this. Usually it's like that. Sometimes it's like this. I don't care how I see it. It plays, and plays. Look at that thing. The same thing I'm seeing on XEN right now. Is there a connection too? You know, I mean, that's getting strong bearish div. At this point, it's gonna have to mellow out. If it mellows out and goes sideways, then there's more coming. Next target. But if it loses this channel, then it's gonna drop somewhere probably to here, maybe even all the way back down to 99. Looks super bullish. The next target would take it to 247. I'd like to see it consolidate first. And that would be the entry right here with the get out process, right? Again, I'm not a financial advisor. Nothing I'm saying you should be taken as such. Do your own due diligence before getting into any project, coin, or trade. Mara said they're mining cash, but said everything's great. With the altcoin down, they're struggling too. And they're on the edge, just like Bitcoin. Bitcoin dumps, Mara will dump. Bitcoin pumps, Mara goes sideways or starts to come out of this flag. And man, we've hit 5x on this thing 3 or 4 times. And just every time they've hit 30, they've rejected 30. Been a tough call. I mean, holding this thing long term has not been easy. Okay, so we looked at Trump, we looked at Zen. We looked at NPPF. Thank you. I got that done. We looked at maybe Ohm. We looked at Cardano. We looked at Leia AI, Secret Network. We looked at XPR. We looked at Riff, AVAX, and TARS AI. AVAX is simple. I haven't looked at it in months. It's in a legacy coin. It's going to be in the giant cup and handle, right? I mean, that's just, it's obvious. Yeah, there it is. Yeah. Yep. Entry could be now. Even though it lost the sauce now, there's that one entry could be now with a stop below 24 and take it to 68. Either this market goes or it's done. I mean, I don't know what else to tell us. Either these are the absolute bottoms or there's some horrible nastiness coming. The daily's above the 200 MA, which is still bullish, and you expect to bounce. Many times we bounce off the 200 for our next bigger leg up. So I see every one of these coins getting that move, but it does depend on what Bitcoin does. And we're all hanging on Bitcoin. 101,889 a few times. We're bouncing sideways as suggested. I told you the show we'd go sideways the whole show, and what have we done the whole show? We've gone sideways for BTC. I've still made it entertaining as you wouldn't believe, right? It's been an amazing show. We got you off your seat. We got you going. We got you motivated. We talked about life lessons I pushed through. I shared a lot of my own key insights into my own life, things that I use to push every single day, because how the heck do I stay positive? I got all these people looking up to me. How do I stay positive? What happens when people say, oh, I don't, your trade stinks, you stunk, your analysis sucks, you suck. You know, what do I do then? I deep dive into my mind. I thank God for everything that I do have, for all the times that I did hit. Maybe I don't hit. Maybe I am, maybe I am cloudy one day. I'm a human being. It probably happens. I attempt not to. But again, the point is to be grateful for what you do have, and it somehow erases those, your shortcomings, and you don't focus on what you don't have. You focus on what you do have. And you say, you know what? Well, I've been live every day. I've helped a lot of people. I just got a message from someone that said they learned how to get into Bitcoin at 20,000. I learned someone that said they bought this coin on the low. Someone said they traded Trump coin off the analysis, made a bunch, it's like, and then I'm like, wow, man, I have helped a lot of people. A lot has happened, right? So like, we get in our heads, everybody, and we don't focus on the positive things. We focus on the negative things. All right. One positive thing you should focus on is getting your taxes done early at decrypted.tax. They are the best. They sponsor the channel, and they're absolutely amazing. They also have a tax attorney on call, and they can help you out with so many things. Schedule your free consultation today at decrypted.tax. The guy owns a Bored Ape. He's in the game. He knows more about crypto than most of your tax attorneys. He knows what's up. He's ready to go. Go to decrypted.tax today to get your taxes done. All right. And you could book a call today to get it in. Schedule a free consultation. Tell him the lifer sent you. He's my buddy. He'll be pleased to talk with you. He might actually want to talk with you too long. Maybe, hey, I got to go, man. Nice. AVAX looks pretty good, though, at 68. But get your taxes done early. Get them done. Get them taken care of. Don't stress them. Get them out of your mind so you can move on with other things and just continue to push forward with your life. All right? All righty, then. AVAX looking beautiful in that cup and handle to the upside over here, right? What did the next person say in these super chats? And then I got to show you something about Bitcoin dominance and Tether dominance. It's on my mind right now. And that's what I have planned for the show. Also, I wanted to talk about gold and the price of gold, which we're going to bring up in a second. And I'm going to show you gold Bitcoin too. So the buy zone for TARS AI, I liked it right there in the green box. It went even lower. Previous resistance did not hold the support. So this thing, I mean, wow. So they're going to drain this thing 22. Now it's on the... so many coins are sitting on their 200 MAs. Either this is the end of the rally, we break it and we just kind of dwindle to nothing, or we get a pump and we actually have something. We actually have a market here, right? We're right here. We're at the beck and call of the market. It's crazy. Let's get some lemon water. Let's stay hydrated. But TARS AI, to me, one of the greatest coins in the game. A beautiful pickup right there. But only time will tell. All right. And it's a Sol virtual assistant. They got backing from the Sol, the Sol Foundation, Solana Foundation. I just don't see how this thing doesn't moon at one point. It's got too much backing behind this, Solana, but we'll see. And again, a lot of people did chase it at 49. Nice to see it all the way back down here. It was just at 10 cents, though. Remember, we saw it when it first hit XC at 3 cents. See, that's the thing. That people that got in at 3 are still holding. Or if they went from 3 to 45, I mean, right? 15x, but you're still holding the 7x right now. So there's always people in different parts of the trade that you don't realize. They didn't get in when you got in, so they're not affected by the coin the same way you are. I respect that, ball, but it's not the truth. You're just perceiving it that way because you have a dark outlook. Hey. So Tao, nice liver pin since 363, heading towards daily smoothing average. I have to. Yeah, let's look at Tao. I have a setup on Tao. Actually, of all the coins out there, I put up very little setups last night. I'm not going to just go flood the altcoin market in a moment in time there. But, you know, Tau looked like it could break out of this. And it got a pump. I mean, it did pump from 465 up to 499. I mean, I did get you in the money there, but then it came right back down inside the pattern. And now it's like, yeah, you know. Bit tensor has to bounce now. So definitely sketchy. I don't know if this, I don't know. I wouldn't buy back in on the red bounce. I like that move before it happened though. Let's see. I wanted to see it get to 586. Now you're basically a little below the entry point from yesterday. I mean, this isn't a legacy coin, but it's been out since, you know, I remember when we first started trading this coin, September of 2023. Wow, soon when this comes back through, yeah, when this ends, it'll be like a 2-year bull run. It'll be kind of crazy. I got into this project when it was 60 bucks. I always remember. So crazy. And I sold up here like, you know, a 4 or 5x. I figured that was good enough. I see a shoulder. See how it looks like a shoulder, shoulder, head, shoulder, shoulder? Just looks sketchy, man. That's a head and shoulder pattern for sure. I get mixed signals across the board in a lot of coins, but if I believed in it, I would be buying it here. I would be buying it here. And it is a cup and handle. And I own some of this coin, so hey, I'm not panic selling it. And I like that bounce we just had. Of all the coins, look, it's up in the last 6 days. 380 up to 457. So of all coins, it's actually up. But that's a head and shoulder. But you could say, well, it tried to dump it. It didn't happen. It bounced off the daily, the 2-day 200 MA. Now it's back above the daily. I want to see a candle close above the daily 200 MA, and I want to see this thing get above this channel and break on out. Like, how about that? Like, break out of this diagonal channel. Get back above 590 for Tau Bit Tensor. Don't be tripping, we soon be ripping. And let's see, did we do any damage yet here? So it went up, it came right back down. Look, didn't flag out yet either. Nice pump, but just got kind of sits in limbo. Again, wait, this is a patient play here, XCN. Let's take a look at WIF. I sold my hello. That thing was I don't know what they did to it, but the insiders sold the heck off of it. So grimy. WIF lost a decent trend line. See, a lot of these coins lost their main trends. Like as low as they went, even when it was 240, they lost the main trend. This thing all the way back to $1 again. Remember, WIF started this whole thing. Remember when WIF ran up? There was so much money to be made in this market. So people can't complain. I mean, this coin went from 30 cents to 485, and man, there was so much money to be made here. The falling wedge broke out. I'll be honest, I'm not used to seeing charts like usually we dump down. I mean, this says it could go all the way back down to the previous low. It's attempting to put in some type of bottom. I mean, you got resistance there. These charts look absolutely horrible. They got no rhyme or reason. Right here, look, you lost this level. You just got to regain that out of this falling wedge. I'd say it's a cup and handle but usually the handle does not go lower than the cup. Now you got to regain that trend line. That's sketchy to me. Yeah. Okay, let's take a look at LOKA. LOKA, League of Kingdoms. I mean, that thing's in the dumps. Gaming projects are down. Down. I mean, not like, look at that thing. And I mean, if you really look at it, it was a head and shoulder, and they said, challenge me, show me that you can go to the lows. And it's like, okay. These coins will find, everyone's like, they can't go lower. Oh, they can't. All coins can continue. All coins can go so much lower than you ever would have thought possible. It's insane how low they can go. Be very, very careful. All right. FOMC comes out at 2 o'clock. All right. 2 o'clock. Then he comes on to speak at about 2:15. Right. And usually it'll give you that idea. If you go to forexfactory.com, you track all the news coming up as red folder days and what's happening throughout the markets. 2 p.m., the federal funds rate will come in. Forecast at 4.5. The previous was 4.5, and it looks like it's going to stick at 4.5. Then he's going to have a statement at a press conference at around 2:30. I come in around 2:10, about 2:15. Everyone else starts at 2 o'clock, but then you got to sit there for a half an hour and watch me play games, and that's annoying. I like to get on there, play with the charts a little bit, and watch him come on in. So, yeah, Luna only went down 99. Exactly. Only 99.8. Only every single thing that it ever had, you know. And shout out to the 777s here on the live. I love that number. Dear Lord, thank you for the 777 people that you sent to hit that like button, man. God bless. That will come back to you tenfold. You could take out your wallet and give a tip, right? There's so many different ways you could help others in the world. This is just a glossing, you know, it's quick glossing right over with your mouse. You gloss over the like button, hit it, and that'll come back to you tenfold. And I'm super grateful for anyone that did hit that like button. It'll come back to you so hard in so many ways, shape, and form, right? And I haven't showed my trading group, but if you do want to join my trading group, if you like my vibe, something about me, you really think you could learn from me, you're like, this is the guy I want, this is the mentor for me, shows up every day, go to cryptolifer.com to find out more. All right, and you can sign up for a weekly, monthly, a quarterly, or an annual subscription. All right, jump on it today to learn more. All right, we have a course in there, a content directory that will blow your mind, and just show up every day. I'm going to give you ideas, thoughts, and I'm going to show you how I'm using my own strategy every single day here on the live stream. I've hit many a live trade on this live. Like, I don't even know how many live trades I've hit at this point, but it's crazy. So get saddled up and get ready for the ride of your life with the Crypto Lifer. I mean, at the end of the day, 68% of the time, an inverted head and shoulder breaks to the upside, and it's making somewhat of an inverted head and shoulder here for Bitcoin. It really is. So that's what I see. Let me jump back into the chat and see what's hot. All crypto bros. Anyway, if Luna was a scam, then it was one of the greatest. Yeah, hey. What do you think the odds of pumping from here is? You know, just tackling that idea. I mean, that's an inverted head and shoulder. That gives us a 68%. I don't think what the odds are. I just go by what the charts convey. Yeah. If you want to trade where we trade, everybody, you can jump on into mexc.com. Best place to trade. They have the least amount of fees of any exchange. All right. Trade hot futures with, and a lot of times, if something's really hot, they lower the fees to 0. So if like a coin's really awesome, they'll lower the fees. If you hold the Mexi token, they'll even cut them in half even more. Right? Enjoy 50% off. Right here, look, it says enjoy 50% off. Hold the 500 and only 500 Mexi token to enjoy 50% off spot and futures. Nobody does it better than them. No one gets the coins faster than them. No one has more trending hot, you know. So check them out. Find out more today. All right? Find out more today. Mexi is the place to be, and I would only give you exchanges that take the least amount of your money. I don't want you having to, you know, to deal with that. So you can trade here, and if it's applicable in you know where you're at, you can also trade on Weeks. Weeks is weex.com. Go to Weeks to learn. Also, they both have demo trading. All right. And Weeks just burned a lot of their WXT token, which they airdrop to people too, and you get a lot of it. And they're going to burn 40% burn over $120 million, kind of following that BNB way, right? So check out Weeks today. Link in the description to both of these exchanges. I do receive a commission, and I greatly appreciate that. All right. LOKA. Down, 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 down. And let's take a look here. How do you plan on celebrating when you hit 100K? It's getting close. I don't think about that type of stuff, man. One day, one moment at a time. But please subscribe to the channel if you can. I'd greatly appreciate that. Let's get that subscription going. Let's go to 89,000 subscribers today. We're very close to hitting 89,000 subs. Actually, I think we could do it here on the channel live. When I get everybody going, you tend to get us pretty excitable here. So let me see if I can click on in. Good luck, yeah. Finally got back on Mexi. Interesting. Hey, man. Yeah, I mean, things may have changed. I don't know how they do that, but bless you, brother. What's your bet for FOMC? I don't bet on that stuff. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Honestly, I take it one step at a time. I just literally let the market do its thing. Well, look, can we get to 89,000 subs? I think we can do it right now. There's got to be 47 beautiful souls here that can hit that subscriber button and push us to 89,000 subs. I know we could do it live on the channel. Look how much I've been fighting since I started this channel. We've been on a massive trajectory. I fought through the bear market to make all this growth. Look at it's just been insane. Look, we do a lifetime here. We are just grinding. Look at through the bear markets. 2020, 2022, 2023, the bearish times before the halving. We grew through the bear market. Look at this. I'm doubling up through the bear market. Who did this? Who fought through? Man, we still made gains. We still pushed forward. We still made it happen. Subscribe to the channel today. Help change my life, change your life. Push us all the way to 89,000 subs and then 90K. And then every day, 90K is just like a little closer to 100,000 and a little closer to 100,000 and a little closer to 100,000. And we are on a mission every single day. May God bless you all for being here. Thank you for the love. Always people hating. Look at that. So tightness on Bitcoin, a bit of an inverted head and shoulder. It does suggest the charts are conveying we're going to get a pump. The stochastics are low. That's a low, that's a high, that's a higher low. If there's no FOMC, you would have to say, hey, it's starting to look like we can get a move to the upside. All right. Let's look at liquidity. Has the liquidity changed since the show began here and where we're at? I mean, there's far more liquidity still to the downside. It's not as red as it was before. Remember, there was more stops up here, so people got a little... These shorts got cold feet. Either they closed their positions, something happened here. I don't know if they got word, but there was way more red here at the beginning of the show above us. Now it's not there. It's a little bit of yellow at 104. So, and the red stayed right here. So, BOOKMAP suggesting we're going to dump. All right. If you had to call it, BOOKMAP says, hey, we're going to go take out all the stops below us. All right. If I join your class, what laptop computer should I get? I've been losing for a while, and I really like you so far. Can you also look at renders? Shout out to James Charles. Thank you, man. Hey, I just think I can help teach you and empower you to do something you never thought you could do. Right? Right? Okay. Yeah. Bear market was more exciting than this bull market. I know, isn't that crazy? We made a lot of gains then, remember? 100K subs is absolutely, I mean, I say that, but you know what? I have to stay alive. Isn't that kind of creepy, man? I've been doing this for 5 years to get, I've had this goal of 100K for a long time, right? And that's my main goal. Like everything else, you know, the trading group will grow if I push it. Everything is there. Tom Brady, back to pass, all the way from downtown. How to do that. Yeah, but the idea is this. I mean, this is the moment, man. This is it. The tightness here. So... it doesn't make any sense. Yeah. Want to look into a fart boy. Yeah, Lifer's the best. Everybody hire an accountant. That's how we do it. Yeah. What do you think about Polkadot? Yeah. What do you mean those red and green balls? Yes, that is BOOKMAP. Yeah. Sam, I just want to say thank you. God bless you. Thank you too. So I want to look at Bitcoin dominance, Tether dominance. Right now, this is telling us we're going to get a pump. Look how low the stochastics are on the 1 hour time frame. You know, most of the time when the stokes get low, boom. Start to get low there, boom. But I mean, that just started, right? But boom. We do get a punch. Man, there's no guarantees. But even double click the stokes and you can see that they're looking pretty aggressive. Like I like that. See that nice little V-shaped push? We're getting the bullish cross and cross that dotted line. Right now, at the present, if things change, right now there's slight. I call this the flamingo head and shoulders because it's like it's like a flat or more you know, it's almost like a paper. You know, it's not a perfect head and shoulder pattern. All right. Let's take a look at Bitcoin dominance and Tether dominance. All right. So, in my opinion, I think we have been in the bull market way longer than people realized. So I believe that's why the sentiment is a little shifty now. Yeah. OM is looking nice. I agree. Yeah. Lifer, God bless you, brother. Much love from down under. Thanks for everything you do. God bless you and your family. And remember, Sammy, Jesus is King. God bless you, man. Thank you. Yeah. Okay, let's take a look here at Bitcoin dominance. And remember, Bitcoin will pump. Everyone will go crazy. So I was looking for Bitcoin dominance to continue to pump. See that? And I wanted it to go sideways. It dumped first. It didn't make the perfect channel, then went up. But it did go in the direction in which I was looking for. I didn't get a chance to kind of revisit the idea here. I mean, it's making a rising wedge that looks like it's about to go parabolic. Now, Bitcoin dominance goes up for one or two reasons. But again, another thing, what is happening in the last few days? States are buying Bitcoin, right? Entire states are adding Bitcoin to the balance sheet. Every state's going to have to do it. Think about it. What are you going to be the last state? When Massachusetts is going to do it, and they're going to meh. It's like, dude, should have done it a long time ago. Like, it's weird. They like look at Bitcoin as almost like they try to politicize it. Like it's not, has nothing to do with the Republican Party, has nothing to do. We just want people to be fair. And we're waiting for whatever party's willing to look at it as an innovative tool that can change the world. If you can't see it that way, then we can't mess with you. You know what I mean? Like, it's just like, that's all. It's not us. It's the way they put a line on it. Right? At the end, Kamala tried to be crypto friendly and it was so horrible. And then Ripple sending mad money to you know, don't forever forget that. So Bitcoin dominance could head all the way up to 60% here. And it's looking very bullish. It really is. I mean, look at that. That's a rising wedge. Could break up parabolically. And there's something going on here. So Bitcoin dominance looking pretty interesting. Now, when Bitcoin dumps hard, Bitcoin dominance pumps. All right? When Bitcoin pumps hard, Bitcoin dominance pumps. Why? Because people jump out of their altcoins to get into Bitcoin when it pumps because they're like, hey, I want those Bitcoin gains. And Bitcoin jump out of their altcoins when Bitcoin dumps because Bitcoin doesn't dump as bad as the altcoins, right? Your altcoin might down 90%, 60, 70%. Bitcoin goes down 3, 4, 5, maybe 8% at the most, right? Now, the key to all this is watching Tether dominance after you look at Bitcoin dominance. If Tether dominance looks somewhat bullish, it's likely FOMC is going to be bearish. Understand? Right now, it looks like Tether's going to pump. So this tells me that we're going to have a bearish FOMC likely. Why? Well, it's showing signs of Bitcoin dominance pumping, which means there's going to be a pullback in the market. Only if Tether dominance looks like they both look like they're going to pump. If Tether dominance and Bitcoin dominance are both bullish, it's likely people are going to run out of their altcoins. Why they run out of their altcoins? Because we're getting a market pullback. Understand? So I would be careful today. And it looks like we may get some lower prices in the altcoins based on my analysis. And again, I waited to the end to do this. So the people that stayed this whole time, you're blessed. You're basically giving a pretty good idea. And this is the 2-hour time frame. Now, again, it is asymmetrical. I get it. You could say, well, it could go either way, Sam. And it could, but that's a bit of a shoulder head and a right shoulder. We got a golden cross. We're above the moving averages. We're getting tight. The stochastics look interesting. I would love it if we dump. Right now, it's painting a little bit of a picture here that we're going to get a bit of a dump. Right? At the same time, people are accumulating Bitcoin on a mass scale. And it's happening all around. So, right? And right after that dump, we hit 110K. Amen. Yeah. Sammy, what do you say about SWI? They're almost going live V2 with the AI agent, and it's scheduled. I still hold all the SWI stuff. If SWI comes back, all that fun SWI stuff will do numbers. All right. Remember, they changed render to render. It's not render anymore. It's actually render the word. Yeah, render is no longer render. It's render. I don't know. It's funny. They changed the ticker. Wow. Even render is crashing. Render's crashing hard, honestly, because I guess it's like AI speculation, and it's like no longer really holds the game. Render was like a safe play until it wasn't. My goodness. I mean, it made a descending triangle, though. And today, render collapsing. Render absolutely collapsing today. Something to do with Deep Sync. The way render was like part of, wow, look at that. 1, 2, in the last 3 days, render absolutely collapsing. Insanity out of the descending triangle to the downside. Going all the way back to kind of where it began, $5 render. I tell you what, man, this market is insane. Oof. And this was like a premier coin. A lot of people held this coin. So when render dumps, it's kind of like, dang. You know, render was quote unquote the safe bet. It's weird how like now like AI agents that are 10 million market cap are holding up better than a massive coin. I find it insane. But render just lost key supports, like completely just demolished. There's really, that doesn't look good. Wow, render took a beat down. That's crazy. I mean, your hope is it going to make some type of inverted head and shoulder here and somehow make its way on out of here. But now it's got to round its bottom. It's going to take so long. It's going to take months to get to $20, $12. It could take till May to get back to $12 now. It was on a nice trajectory to the upside. Wow. Wow. Render, man. Yeah, all these AI ideas that we had for a long time just completely demolished. It's crazy. It is crazy. And can you get all the way up there to 1290? All right. Yeah. Let's take a look at Fetch USDT here. Someone out, yeah, you look, they're all losing key supports here. All these AI coins are just done. And these are coins people have held for a long time. Is this a shakeout of AI before we get a massive pump? But I mean, you lost the 200 May. Man, this is crazy. Like, and this is happening today. Like, it's something I didn't even notice. Like, behind the backs, like, I focus on Bitcoin and the Bitcoin updates, and like, I'm not realizing that they're bleeding out these AI coins behind your back right now. Like that looks horrible right there. And look, you could see it, shoulder, head. It made a head and shoulder before it dumped. It was telegraphing a massive dump. A head and shoulder on the 200 MA. And then look, a shoulder, and shoulder here. So even before, isn't this crazy? This is before DeepSeek came out. The charts are telling you what's going to happen. Like, the charts are so eerily, creepily. So everyone leaves the charts because of the news. And what happens is they leave the one thing that can show them the chart, what's going to happen the most, which is the charts. It's crazy, right? But that's nuts. I didn't notice this. I thought, like most coins, it was like doing bad, but all right. And, you know, man, that's insane. Just because this is just something, I've never seen something like this. Like, I've never seen coins dip on their bear market, slowly dip up, and then just decide they were going to dump again. Like, it's disheartening. It's not easy. This is insanity. I've been in this market a long time, everybody. This rally takes the cake with the amount of mental agitation and pain that it's provided. It's been tough for everybody, veteran traders, the like. It doesn't matter who you are. Like, this makes me want to just panic sell all my FET and walk away that I got at 19 and just call it a day. And wow, went all the way to 282, right? That was the time to sell. In March, we've never been higher since that March, man. It's just nuts. We've all waited now dang near a year for the quote-unquote bull run, right? Yeah. Someone says, now is when you buy. Don't miss the opportunity. I don't know. I mean, I would wait. That could go lower. That could go all the way to 23. When you lose a key support, you usually drop. When you lose the 200 MA, there's more downside. Look at that. That is a bearish engulfing candle. That's three white soldiers, 3 red soldiers. That looks like it's going to get worse as far as I'm concerned. Like, people have given up on Fetch for whatever reason. I don't know why. I haven't been privy to the news. And that's got a long leg down. I don't know. That's pretty creepy. Yeah. People all over the place with liquidity. Yeah. Do you think DeepSeek? I mean, Casper's holding better than this. You see what I'm saying? Yes, the all-time high was March for everything. It looks like they teased us all the way to almost all-time highs and dropped it. 3 black crows. Yeah, 100%. Yeah. Fetch tried to get into the agent game way late. I'm not sure what their business model is. Perhaps they don't either. Yeah. So crazy. I didn't even see that Fetch was just getting beat to the ground. Yeah. Should have bought Bitcoin and nothing else this cycle. Isn't that crazy? I mean, granted, I bought more Bitcoin than anything else, so I made out awesome, but I just look at the things that, you know, took a hit, and I'm like, dang, man. Wow, I'm just like, even I'm in a bit of like, wow. All right. Let's take a look at our baby KOLIN. Let's get some good news in here. KOLIN getting a bit of a pump. Up 20% on the day. KOLIN. And I want to see KOLIN bounce off that 786. I mean, that's it. That's got to be the bottom for KOLIN. It can slowly make its way back to the upside. The team's still strong. They got a good narrative. Let's go, KOLIN. Let's go. Bitcoin holding $102,080. And again, people did ask me if I had to make a call on it, what would happen. And I said, we're going to bounce on Bitcoin. We're going to bounce to the upside. All right. Wow. And again, I focus on so many things that while I'm like working on the group and checking on Bitcoin and doing all my other stuff, like I'm like, what the heck that, like, I'm not seeing what's going down. Like, it's just like, what the heck are they doing to us? Right? Let's take a look here if I missed any super chats as we, come towards the end of the show here. Join your class. Laptop, computer should I get? Any laptop will be fine, man. You don't need anything too powerful. Just something with a screen and a keyboard, brother. $500, $800, like whatever gets you, you know. I mean, yeah, like that doesn't look good. Wow. I'm in. So DeepSeek comes out, and in 4 or 5 days, the hottest AI coins that we've been stacking for years just decide to give it all up. I'm amazed. I am amazed. Isn't a person out there that's not sitting there like, what did they do to us? Again, we still got winners. Ondo still up. Chainlink still up, right? I mean, Gala still up from the bottoms. Wild still holding a position. It just, not everything is down. But, you know, a lot is. They demolished the altcoins. They just really did. It's pretty crazy. It's pretty crazy. I didn't see how bad they hit it off. It's just, wow. You're even seeing me just like, hey. I mean, thank God I bought BTC like I did, and thank God I talked about buying Bitcoin as much as I did, and thank God I focused on Bitcoin over and over and over again. Like, unreal. Anyway, I made it through so many of these hard times, and I know I'm going to make it through again. I don't know how, but I know by staying in the moment, by staying present, and by being grateful, I'm going to find an opportunity, and my mind's going to be open to that idea, and then somehow, some way, the opportunity is going to present itself to me, and I'm going to be able to take it. I'm going to be able to take it, you know. But it's just so. Again, we can't focus on the negatives. We got to learn our lessons and move on, right? And there's a chance we bounce. We never know for sure. All right. So Jerome Powell, man. Jerome Powell coming today at 2 p.m. So I'll be back at about 2:15 to go over the markets. AAVE is holding strong. Yeah. I mean, not every coin is down. Let's take a look at Banter Bubbles here and see what's happening. XEN actually holding it down today, right? Live. We'll go back to XEN too, see if it got a bounce. Caspa barely holding, but Caspa holding 12 is great. It means people aren't selling it off, you know. But Ondo, really, the only thing green we're seeing on the morning, LDO there. Wow, the whole market taking a beat down today. Altcoins taking another massive hit. Rendered losing a very key support zone, as well as Fetch AI. Unbelievable. It's funny how we get dips in all different sections of the market this time too. Everything has been different. Everything has been different. It's been one thing I wanted to look at before I went out of here was gold. The price of gold. I go over it every single week, but I just want to double check here and show you something, because this is the crypto market will be up and down, but when the money printer comes, gold will always respond, right? And so right now, look at gold. It's in that lower high. I see it making that flag, and then it's going to continue to rip. Once it passes $2,800, that 2790, I mean, it's going to rip. The next target is 3447 for gold. And I just want to keep watching this. Look at the Adam and Eve right there. That's very bullish that they're going to print that money to zero, man. And let's take a look at AAVE. I mean, it looked okay. It was in that flag. We had an alert. The alert hit and told you not to take the trade, right? Because the trade collapsed. Again, attempting to fall into that same category as Total 3, but doesn't look as nice as Total 3. It's weird. I've never seen so many coins getting beat down, getting sold off when the total market cap of the altcoins is actually looking pretty good. And you got a lot of the money consolidated and concentrated. XRP, right? Solana. And as long as those do good, it's kind of like the rest of the market can look like it's doing good, but it's not. Bitcoin at 102,004. And we'll look at it one last time. AAVE's got to kind of make that a strange right shoulder. It's got to stay up there. Can't lose this key level. If it does, it drops down to the 200 MA. I got black swan signals. We have to bounce signals. You know, we're at the very close levels here for all of the market. And of course, right at his FOMC meeting, we get to some really hairy positions here in crypto where they pinch us pretty tight. And again, we're looking for this flag to break out on the 1 hour. We're looking for this shoulder head and kind of a right shoulder here. And we're looking for this to pump. FOMC. We crossed the 200 MA, we pump all the way up. Here's the key idea. You get one or two candles, sometimes one and just goes gone, but one candle closes on the 1 hour above that 200 MA. It's a good chance you hit this POC and then rip all the way back up to possibly $106,500. So again, if you're wondering what's happening, Bitcoin's in this symmetrical triangle. Right? This is it. We either go up or down. Our downward price action takes us somewhere to about 98,000. And our upward price action takes us to about 105,000. No, 106,000. So that's what I'm watching for Bitcoin. It's symmetrical. Either way, we see there's way more liquidity to the downside. At the beginning of the show, we had a lot of shorts up here. They're gone now. And this does like to take out the shorts, even on FOMC day. It takes, the red. It takes, so it says the best red is 97. It says we're going to dump. Right? Back to 98,000. So I will tell you, there's a high, there's a low, there's a lower high. We're rolling over. We're below the 200 MA. The bears are in control right now. Look how rounded that is. At the present moment in time, until the bulls break above 105, the bears are in control. So I'd have to say that it's more likely we're going to dump than pump. I gotta lean but I'm leaning 60-40 or more like 55-45, But I am leaning more to the downside than to the upside. The only hope I got is this stochastic, this flag, and can the 1 hour get us above the 200 MA? Can we get back to $106,000? So that is the show today, everybody. Exhausting technical analysis around the board. I love each and every one of you. I thank you so much for jumping on in. We got to every single super chat. Thank you so much for the awesome people here. Thank you for the 1,000 likes. 60 more people. We hit 1,000 likes. I know you're going to do that right now, probably the next 4 minutes. Dear Lord, thank you for everyone who hit that like button. That's a blessing. 1,000 likes is such an accomplishment to have 1,000 people actually care about what you're doing and hit the like button is a blessing. So yeah, strong community, real growth. Fart Boy is here to stay. Maybe it is. Maybe it is. Yeah. Okay. Great show today. Thank you so much for your time and all your technical analysis. Thank you for everything you do, Sam. God bless you, my friend. Do you think the FOMC results are already priced in? No, not entirely. Too many people are speculating on either end, right? Thank you for everything, brother. Love you, man. Hope to talk to you soon. Shout out to Jamal. And blessings to the family. Thank you. And shout out to Barber Trader Joe. Bitcoin will make everyone successful. Trade, stack, hodl. Let's hope so. Market's going to have a lot of people selling out of fear. Yeah. I will be here at FOMC about 2:15. I will be back. Sean, set that live for 2:15. And Sam Price will be back with Jer Powell. I love you all. God bless each and every one of you. Thank you so much for jumping on into an amazing, awesome, fun-filled, positive live stream. May God bless everybody here on the live. Thank you so much for all the viewership and all the people here. I am blessed to have you. Again, it's going to look shaky. There's going to be some times where even you might question me. But stick with me through time. 6-7 months from now, you're going to look back and be like, man, we crushed it. Me and Sammy crushed it, and we did it again. God bless you all. Thank you so much for everything, everybody. I'm super appreciative of everybody here. I know I've said it 100 times, but I don't know if there's any real true words for my appreciation. And I'll see you guys all tomorrow. Or actually, no, I'll see you guys not tomorrow. I'll see you guys today at 2 p.m. 2:15. See what happens with Jer Powell. And I can't wait. Kobe Smith and all the maybe there'll be some new people there now, right? With the changing of the guard. Might be some TikTokers answering some hard questions. I'll see you soon. Crypto is life. Crypto is life. Crypto is life. Crypto is life.